Hello and welcome back to the After All That podcast. I am Nick, joined by my co-hosts Josiane and Vicken. Tonight we will be going over the past 2 weeks of Big Brother Canada 9, starting with Victoria's HOH. I believe she was HOH last week, right? God, I already
Yes.
forgot my memory. Um, so what do you guys think about Victoria as HOH? I was excited for it, although I didn't think it was the best move for her at that time.
No, I think there are people in the house that could have benefited from getting that HOH a little bit more than Victoria. Obviously, like in at the time, I was like, why would she win? Like, this is such a bad move for her. She's gonna get targeted the next week because of how everything went down. Obviously, because we're doing a 2 week recap, we do know what happened this previous week and a little bit of what's happening like the next week, I guess. So at the time, I thought it was really like useless and pointless, and I low-key still do, but we'll get into that a bit later. How about you, Vicken?
Honestly, the way we saw Victoria as a person kind of like it shook all of us because she's very high energy. So I was expecting a high energy HOH reign, and Miss Victoria did not disappoint on that. And it was very shocking to me. But yeah, I could it was very I don't know, it was very icky to me, that HOH reign. A lot of weird stuff happened.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So nominations were fine were
So yeah, she originally put up, well, it didn't change, but she put up Kiefer and Latoya
yeah.
and stated publicly Kiefer was the target, but it was always Latoya, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. So Kiefer and Latoya are up. I thought it was good because she obviously won. If the target was Latoya, like, I don't know. I thought Latoya would have had a better chance at winning veto, but I appreciate that she was at least put up originally with that chance to win it and not just like be backdoored, especially when it's someone who like is as promising as Latoya. And I feel like that might have been an easier choice just to backdoor and just be like whatever. So yeah, Kiefer and Latoya are up. What do you guys think about those nominations?
I think it goes along the lines of like why I think she shouldn't have won HOH. Like no one was going after Victoria. Like no one. Like yes, Kiefer did say Victoria tried to do the flip and everything, but Kiefer wasn't going after Victoria. Like obviously we know this with the HOH he just had, but again, like she just put a bigger target on herself down the line. Like people are referring to her as a comp beast. She knows people are calling her a comp beast, and she's just aiding that fact. She won the first HOH. She won the this week's HOH, and people are speculating that she just won this HOH. Like she's just winning comps that she doesn't need to win. There's an art to throwing. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think people think that if you throw, it's a bad move. No, it's not. It's very much strategic, and I was just very disappointed with the nominees simply because Latoya wasn't going after Victoria. Yes, I understand that Victoria tried to reach out to her to make an alliance, but she wasn't going after her. Like I get it, like whatever, but I feel like Latoya, and I can't speak for Latoya because I'm not Latoya, but I'm pretty sure she thought there was like a low key like black understanding, like a silent understanding, like hey, we're black folk, we're not gonna come after each other. I don't need to kiss your ass 24/7 to have that loyalty towards you or have your back in that sense. At least for week, what was it, week 3, week 4? Like I
Yeah,
was really
week
disappointed.
three.
Like I get why she picked the nominee she did, but she didn't have to win in the first place, so it was overall disappointing.
Yeah, I agree. I'll just say before Vic and I would say that, like, getting Latoya out in time is smart, but if you're taking her out because she's a threat and you dethrone the threat, you become that new threat.
mm-hmm.
Um,
Absolutely.
Obviously, it didn't seem to stick that way. However, in theory, that's kind of maybe these people aren't the smartest in the game at the moment. But in theory, you would think if you take out that threat, you are the new threat. kind of a deal. But
Yeah.
Vicken, what did you think?
I felt like there were other options. Um, if I was Victoria, I would have had put in up probably Beth and maybe either Rohan and Kyle, in my opinion, because I don't know. Like, I understand where Victoria's trying to come, where is she coming from, but in the same time, Latoya wasn't gunning for her, and Kiefer wasn't gunning for her. So as y'all said, like it's very like she is. I don't know if she's trying to prove a point or she just wants her. I don't know what she's trying to do because like it's making her a huge target, and that's not the point of the game. You have to lay low as best as possible. So I feel like it's ballsy, but is it smart? Not really.
Like that's what I mean. Like even the idea of Victoria putting up like Beth and Ro to me doesn't seem like a good idea at all for her game. Like there was literally no reason she needed to win that HOH. There was no reason whatsoever. She had nothing to gain. She had nothing to lose. Um, she had more to lose than to gain. And obviously, I don't know if it's I should credit Victoria or like I'm gonna credit Victoria for Social Game, but this cast, like, yes, they're delivering like tea and drama, and it's fun and it's cute. We got flips, we have duos, whatever. We have sides, but it's like there's moves in this within the house in general that I'm kind of just like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you keep Josh? Why did Victoria win HOH? Like, like there's just so many things, and like I don't know why everyone just let Victoria say that the house flipped on her, like she didn't plan this out. If I was Austin and Brayden hearing this shit, I'd be like, no, 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 no. She's the one who orchestrated it. I was just following her rules. Like there's so many things that are going on with the game that I feel like are benefiting Victoria. And I don't know if it's to her credit or if it's towards the rest of the house or if they're just so distracted by kissing Beth. I don't know.
I feel
But
like, oh my god, but like I feel like you're right, but it's the name of the game. Like once you're going into a house with people that you have never met, and some people are clueless, and some people can see right through you. And in this case, most people are clueless, and they just want to kiss other people, and it's really, I guess for Victoria's case, that's really good for her, but in a fam standpoint of view, like it's kind of like what the fuck, because like it's annoying because as much as I want to see Victoria do good, but this was very like a really bad gameplay in my opinion. She didn't need to win because even though she's like all over the place and funny and like doing shit left and right, I felt like she had good connections with people, especially with Ty, Ajed, and Latoya. She was good. She had connections with Braden and Austin, and I think she had something with Kyler Rowe. No,
she did. She
she
did.
did. Okay,
Like
she did. Yeah,
they were working a line. Like it was really the dynamics are really weird
yeah.
because you have those two duos, and then they made the oddballs, and then you have the Gloss posse that was made before the oddballs with Victoria included, and that was like week one, but we haven't really seen that go into effect. But then she also has relationships with Kyle and Ro, and we did see a little bit more of that during Kiefer's HOH. But yeah, I just like Nick said it. Like I just, I don't,
Lackluster.
it just, it's a long term game, and I feel like people don't think they're thinking week. What day are we? They're day like 25, 26, but it's a 70 day long game, and I feel like people aren't thinking about it like that. Like, why win more HOHs comps, and then when we're at day 50 and we're looking for targets, it's like, oh, well, you've won 5 competitions and we're at day 50. There's 20 more days to go. Let me get rid of you. Like, there's just so many, like, no one's going to take Victoria to final two. Like, there's just, like, the way she's going through this game right now, if she wins more competitions, like, no one's going to take her to final two. She's going to get Ika, she's going to get Cassandra, she's going to get fourth.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, fourth place is usually where like really good players go out, just
Yeah.
in the general sense. I would know Trey Survivor Season 1.
And guess who won?
Oh,
Point blank in the period. I know that's right.
Oh my god.
as you should have though.
Oh my god.
Alrighty, so so we have those noms. Jedson wins veto, which I thought was where we kind of saw some kind of gameplay from Victoria in like her abilities. Again, used in like a less than like great way, but it showed what she can do. Like the way she talked to people,
Oh my god.
especially like Latoya, Jed, Ty about that whole situation, and then she was like, "Yeah, Ty was never going up," which I don't know much about that whole thing. I was kind of hoping, but before I get into anything, I will say this is exactly what I said week 1. Latoya being with Ty and Jed, I don't want her to be with people who aren't going to have her back the way she has theirs. And then they clearly valued each other over her because they didn't save her. Kiefer versus what possibly Ty up there. Still think Ty would have maybe gone. But I think Latoya would have had maybe a better way of working into the votes if she weren't on the block to get that result. If it were to be Ty, if as Victoria said, it was never going to be Ty. I don't know who she would have put up.
I think she would put up Beth. Like our
I think she was putting up perhaps Tara.
Which
that
Beth
too.
Well, Tara, I don't really have an opinion on, but Beth can fucking go. Beth. Oh my, I will say, seeing Beth excited about an invisible HOH was kind of exciting for me. I mean, maybe it was like kind of like an overreaction, but I was like,
I can imitate her reaction right now. Nick, start talking. I'll be like Beth. Ready?
All
Just
right,
go.
so this HOH is going to be an invisible HOH. So what that means, house guests, is that all of the decisions and the powers that come with it this entire week will be invisible.
It was like, Beth, stop. You're scaring me. Like, what
Yeah.
are you doing?
I do want to know what she, we're jumping ahead, but I do want to know what she would have done. But I don't know, something about it was like, it was like an excitement for a twist is like, I don't know. I thought it was cool to see, but again, don't like Beth. So just do not like Beth. Like I can't. I hope. I don't care who the fucking HOH is this week. Get Beth out because I don't know if anyone's talking about it. But anyways.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what vibe she's giving me? I have like I have my comparisons and shit, but she's giving me mad Jackie vibes from season 5. I just can't stand it.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jackie.
Yeah, there are people on the TL last week or something talking about how they stand Jackie. I said, what?
What?
You stand Jackie?
Ew.
That's who you picking out of season 5? There was half a cast of all-stars, and you're picking Jackie to stand anyways. But
might as well stand fucking Dylan or something, or Emily.
I liked Dylan a lot more than I did Jackie. But anyways, back to I want to talk about that that veto win because that's what we're like sidetracking. But I'm gonna let Vicken speak because if I go, I need to compose myself because I'm just angry thinking about it. Like, wow. Anyways, Vicky, go ahead, take the mic.
I mean, just how many times we gotta say it? Jetson is not a good Big Brother player. He's a recruit in one. Number 1, he's a recruit from fucking Love Island, and it's just that I don't see his intensity in this game. He's not understanding the game, in my opinion, and he valued more Ty than Latoya, where Latoya valued Latoya would lay all of her cards for these two guys, and the fact that Jed was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything, is just so lackluster, and it's just weird. That's your person, and I don't know how to explain it. I'm very gobsmacked and speechless, and I don't know what to say because I was really rooting for Latoya, and I was actually liking the way she was playing and all of that, and I might as well say I'm kind of a Latoya stan, and I was really happy for her and the way she was playing the game. And it was very annoying that Jetson was like, yeah, fuck you, I'm not using it, and it's very it sucks. But yeah, I want to hear your opinion, Josie, because you go so off and I'm so down to hear it. So The mic is yours.
No, because what in a perfect world? Jed gets picked for POV. Ty gets picked for POV. Like, they literally had the best case scenario. Like, Victoria couldn't pay veto, which is like a great twist because like who wants all the power 1 week? That's boring. Like, it was the perfect case scenario. The perfect case scenario. Jed wins POV, and to make matters worse, LaToya jumps, leaps, gathers herself to embrace, hug Jed, and they're like, "Yeah, you're getting off the block. Like it's done. It's over. It's over. Like I got you, shorty. Like all of that shit." So I'm at my house celebrating, doing my Tamar praise dance, like BB Celeb, and to find out, I was glued to my feeds when this whole situation happened. And they're like, yeah, we're using power veto. Victoria said, if you win power veto, it's all you. Like, you can have it. Like, you're all good. Like, whatever. And she backtracks. Like, this is what I mean by I can't. She backtracks. And she's like, actually, if you pick LaToya off, I'm putting Ty up. And the arguments are not mathing because first she wants to be aligned with Ty and Jed and LaToya, supposedly. And then she put LaToya up. And then she's telling another person, so 3 people at that point who she wants to work with, actually, if you take LaToya up and putting up Ty, and then you're blindsided by the vote? No. Like, this is what I mean by incompetence. Like, Jed, you, between and comparing, like, LaToya and Ty has better connections and has, like, made people less angry than LaToya. Ty doesn't have enemies. People were after LaToya. Ro and Kyle were after LaToya. And you just wanted to believe that they were going to vote to keep LaToya? Like, the math is not mathing, and that's why I'm so frustrated with Jed. He should have seen, and, like, I get that Ty's his boy and whatever, but, like, there was no secured 100% confirmed votes to keep LaToya other than Jed and Ty, not even Beth. If Ty was on the block, Jed was going to keep Ty. Beth was 100% going to keep Kyle, and LaToya was going to 100% keep Kyle. No ands, buts, ifs about it. You know what I mean? And so, like, it's just, to me, you're trying to keep LaToya safe, but she's obviously the target. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, that's why I was so annoyed that he didn't use power veto. I was so annoyed. I was like, you might as well have not won it. Ty was always going to be an option. Like, there's house guests. Everyone is available to be picked unless you were safe. And Ty was an option. And you should have known that. I'm sure they knew that. It's just like the math was not mathing. Like, Victoria wanted to keep LaToya up so badly that she said that she was going to do Ty. Obviously, she's the target. Take LaToya off the block. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it's mind-boggling to me that LaToya was still on the block and then got evicted. Like, it's just no reasoning, no game logic. Anyways,
I will say I definitely agree with like a lot of that. Like, it was stupid, both on like Victoria just in general, but also like Jed. I forgot what I was going to say.
No, it's okay. But like Victoria, the way she said that to them, this is what I mean. Like, Victoria did all the wrong steps during her HOH. Mm-hmm. Like, if I was Victoria and I was in a really good position in the game, like no one was coming after me, I would have pulled a Tim. Tell me let's do a voting system. The person with the most votes is going to go on the block. And you can easily lie about it because you don't know because it's anonymous or whatever. Like, there were so many ways she can maneuver picking the 2 people she chose. She chose those people. Okay, next, POV is used. Okay, if the POV is used on LaToya, there's different ways to go about it. You still have the votes. You have the oddballs and Tarantina who have promised you their votes. you can make the move. Like, it's all up to you, and you don't have to confront Jed and Latoya and make them feel like you don't want to work with them. Like, the way she did it, like, it was so, like, I can't believe, like, I really can't believe, I don't know, maybe it's because Kiefer was HOH, and Kiefer, I feel like, has a better game knowledge sense than other people in the house. But, like, if I went HOH and Victoria was talking to me like that, after she promised me safety, she promised me I wasn't going to go on the block, she promised me I could do whatever I wanted with Vito, she's going up, point blank in the period. Because how are you going to target an ally? That don't make no sense. How are you going to target an ally, or supposed ally? Like, from the jump, when they picked Latoya. Like, it's just, that's what's so mind-boggling to me in terms of, like, that whole week. Like, to me, that whole week, it was quite entertaining, I must admit. But, like, on a game level, I'm like, what were you doing? Like, anyways.
Side note, when Victoria said Beth, you want me to put up Beth in front of Beth?
I would have said, hell yeah.
I would have been like, yeah.
I would have been like, yes.
And, like, I would fucking vote to evict Beth with pleasure. Like, period.
I would have said yes. I would have said, Victoria, you promised me and Jen and Ty, like, if I was Ty or Jed, I'd say, you promised me and Jed safety, Ty. You didn't promise Beth that. That's fine. You can put her up on the block. We're still going to vote to keep her, right? Because Kiefer's your target. Like, why? Like, I would have just said, hell yes.
No.
Like, that's just so, anyways.
And Beth did not say one word. Did she say a word on the feeds? Because on the edit, on the, like, the episode, she was like...
She did talk, but, like, I don't know. Beth is just so... Okay, I'll talk about Beth after we talk about that eviction, because Beth did some stupid shit in between Power of Veto and the next HOH. Like, I just don't understand. Anyways, let's talk about the eviction quickly before I talk about Beth.
So the vote, I think the only people who voted to keep Latoya were Ty, Jed, and Beth.
Yeah.
Are we surprised? No. How are Ty and Jed surprised? Like, it's just the same. Anyways.
Even if Ty were to have gone, if he were to be the replacement, I think Jed failed to see the benefit of keeping Latoya specifically, not just an ally, like Latoya specifically, because I feel like Latoya is more present than Jed and Ty probably combined. I feel like Latoya would have people either working with her or working against her, which would still benefit Jed and Ty. Because I think Ty, I don't know, for me it's up in the air if he would have stayed. But, like, Jed himself has to worry about, yes, Latoya is an ally, but down the road, she's not. Like, you will not win against Latoya, and I think that there were signs of Latoya being, like, a front runner if she were to make it to the end, like, early on. Which I think is, in a way, good that Victoria took her out, but timing is everything in a game like this. So I think it was bad. I just think Jed did miss that, like, kind
timing.
Like, it's like, save Latoya now, before her potential of being, like, a full threat is. It's not at. It's like it's not at its peak yet. Yes, she's getting eyes. She's getting looked at. She's getting people who obviously want her out, but that's just going to grow more while you can still lay low. And it's like, as much as I love Latoya, down the road, if I was Jed, throw her to the wolves. Like, bye. Like, if it's not me. But also, like, you're week 3. Well, week 3, but second week normal. So it's also, like, no gameplay has been done. Like, week 1 was, like, a crapshoot in a way. Because it was just like, here, do this, vote randomly. And then week 2 is just a dumb vote. But, like, week 3 being the second week normal, it was like, it's so early. It's so early.
Yeah, no, I think the issue is that when you're working with people, at least when I've played, like, these, like, little games that we play, like, if you're an alliance, you're serving a purpose. You're giving something that either other people in your team can give or can't give. Like, if we're talking about team dynamics in general, like, maybe I'll bring a sense of creativity, someone else will bring a sense of, like, good energy, and someone will talk about time organization, someone will be, like, time management, someone will be organized, et cetera, et cetera. Like there is different elements to a team, and you obviously have these mutual interests and these mutual factors and these mutual skills, but then you also bring something to the table. And I'm looking at the Sunsetters, and I feel like everyone has something to offer, and no shade. Like, it's not that I hate this person, but like, if I could be corrected, someone could tell me if it's true. But I feel like Beth has nothing to offer, like, to the Sunsetters, like, in comparison to everyone else. Tina's good on the other side. She has Tara. She can pull Kyle and Ro. Like, Kiefer was doing that at one point, but now Kiefer's seen like the lone wolf on his own island. Da 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 da. Jed and Ty are obviously a duo together, so they're coming in, and there will be competitions that heavily rely on strength and stuff like that. And Latoya sort of like the leader with like the physical abilities, but also like I feel like she was one of the most strategic out of the bunch. And so when I look at someone like Beth, I feel like Beth should be the pawn. Like, you should be the disposable one. You should be the one we can put on the block. No issue, no ands, ifs, buts about it. All she's been doing is kissing these guys. Like, and that's why I feel like the Sunsetters are like, obviously there's the glue, which is Kiefer. I feel like Kiefer is the one who's like still bringing everything together. But like, Latoya was serving a lot more to the alliance in terms of people are going to go after her before us. Beth is just standing there eating her food, kissing people left and right. Like, she's not giving what she's supposed to be giving. Therefore, why didn't she go up on the block? Like, if Victoria isn't actually going to put Ty on the block, I would have called her bluff. I would have called her bluff directly. Because if Victoria did put Ty on the block, Ty could have easily pitched, Victoria promised me I wouldn't be here. I'm going after Victoria. That's someone you can go after. I'll go after her. Ty would have campaigned his ass off. Latoya was promised safety, so she was kind of just like, whatever, like, blah, 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 which is also to her demise. But I just feel like Ty, like, even if it was Ty, it would have been a better result in comparison to, like, the votes and, like, what they wanted. Obviously, Kiefer won HOH, so, like, it just, like, benefited them regardless. But it's just, like, they're so...
Can I be devil's advocate for a second?
Go ahead, Icon.
Okay, so the fact that Beth wasn't nominated, is that a good social position for Beth?
The whole house hates Beth. No, because let's wake this up. Okay, I'm just gonna talk about Beth directly since we're already on her. And we're probably not let this girl breathe for a bit. This episode. No, if you're watching this or hearing this or whatever, and you're a Beth fan, I promise you, I don't hate Beth. But in this time and moment, I'm just passionate about the game, and Beth is giving me KC BB20 like furniture who will probably win. Anyways, I digress. As I was saying, here's the thing. Again, I don't hate Beth, but like, let's keep it a $150. Right after Latoya got evicted, Victoria's like, so Beth, why'd you tell the whole house that Latoya should go? Like, you put the target on her back. You're the reason she's gone. You kept telling people, you kept telling me that it would be a great move to get rid of Latoya. Now the boys are staring at Beth like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, what are you on? Like, what? You told people the house that? Beth is calm, cool, and collected because she's like, I don't want to get a rise. Like, Victoria wants a rise to me. No, boo-boo. It's because you said it. You said it, and you can't lie. So you just done dig your own grave. And the week before that, Austin and Brayden didn't trust you with the whole flipping of the votes with Josh at the end. Like, these people were calling you out. They were sitting there. Josh and Beth, like, not Josh and Beth, but Austin and Braid, like, they just kind of just chill there. They eat their food. They enjoy each other's company. But Shy, let them talk about Beth for a minute. They gonna talk shit. They talk shit. Like, I don't think I've ever heard them talk shit about anyone else but Beth on some she's fake. Yeah, I don't trust Beth. She had final twos with both of us, and now we know. Like, no, Kyle and Ro talk shit about Beth all the time. Like, it's mind-boggling. Beth has no good social game. She done kiss 3 of the boys. Jed, and side note, that edit where Beth was like, welcome to the team.
Oh,
I'm
my
pretty sure
God.
she said that to Brayden after she kissed him. Not Brayden kissing Jed. Anyways, but I digress. Side note, closed. I'm just saying, like, Beth has no good social game. If the whole house is talking shit about you, you're obviously not doing something right.
Watch her win the game.
No, she could definitely win the game. That's why she's in my draft. You know, I don't like to pick, you know, Miss Vanilla from Alberta, but chances are she's gonna win the game. I'm so messy tonight. I'm just saying, like it's literally, I'm talking about Beth as a game player, not as a person, because I don't know her. So it's like no shade to Beth as a person, but the game player, she's messy. Like, first of all, and oh my god, it's just, even the whole triangle thing, like, that's weird to me. That's so weird. A throuple? So you're telling me a showmance is a big target and you're in a throuple? Bitch, please. She's not, I don't see it benefiting her game at all. Like, I don't know what she's doing. I feel like she's La La Land. And then to add that whole invisible HOH nonsense reaction, I was like, Beth.
Yeah, I have to give it for the film crew to capturing her face. Oh my god, like people went off. Like, it was actually like
I was uncomfortable.
I was watching it with my sister. My sister was like, "Is she constipated or something?"
No, my mom and I were making fun of her the whole time. We were like, "What is she doing?" It was just so bad.
It's so funny.
I still think it's kind of cute. I like to see someone excited. Maybe it's because everyone else was just kind of like, oh, cool. And she was like, I was like, okay, queen, like, go off. But also, no.
Nick, there's a difference between, like, yes, like, you know what I mean? But, like, hold on. Someone needs to find a clip of it expeditiously. Because it wasn't like a, I love a good invisible HOH. But she was like, it looked like she was having several, like, takes of excitement. She was like.
I wonder if she knew.
It's like she wanted the cameras to just, like, look at her once and make sure that they see she's excited. Yeah. And she's like, take one. Take two. Take three. Like, it was just too much.
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder if there was a camera on her, like if they can see how well they can see like cameras on them. Because I know like they can tell when the feeds are on, but that's much different. I wonder if she like knew and she was like, okay, let's hype it up. Like, but I don't know. For some reason, I was like, okay, like go the fuck off, because I mean, invisible HOHs are not good resume builders, but I think if you can, well, we'll get into like what we think about the invisible HOH. But if you're doing other things as well, but like with her, I feel like if she were to get that invisible HOH, yeah, she could do whatever. But I feel like that would have been her only move. And if it's anonymous, it's like how much credit can you get from them?
So yeah. Wait, what happened after eviction? Oh, HOH. Yeah, the new HOH, right?
So
yeah,
now,
Kiefer's HOH.
Yeah, now we're at Kiefer. Also, the Wikipedia page does say Victoria is the invisible HOH.
But I feel like you can edit a Wikipedia page because everyone was saying Austin had won it, and I was like,
I even saw Ty.
Yeah, it's super easy to edit it, but I don't know. I just noticed it was there. So the week after that, so now Latoya is evicted, the biggest tragedy this far. And then the next week, which personally is my favorite week so far.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the one week where I like have no issues. I love Kiefer. Apparently Austin threw the so the HOH was like the pushing thing, whatever. And then it came down to Kiefer versus Austin in the showdown, which they had obviously talked because that was shown throughout the week.
Yeah.
So I think Austin did throw it, which I think is smart, but since we've been talking about like throwing, I don't think I could personally throw a comp. Like, I know like in these like Twitter Zoom games, like when nothing matters, it's easier just to be like, oh, let's fucking go for it. Let's never lose a comp. But at the same time, if it's the real game, I could probably see myself doing it. But at the same time, I don't like to not try. I don't like to not like see what I can do.
You know what I would do? It's
like a comp that I think I'm gonna flop. And I don't need it. I still might try my hardest just to see what I can do for my personal abilities, but that would probably bite me in the ass.
I don't know. Oh, sorry.
No. I was
okay. like I would do okay if I was in the show, like I would like let's say I'm Austin and Kiefer is like Kiefer, and I would be like, hey, okay, let's do our best, but whoever wins, like we got each other. Like I would have said that. I don't know if that's a bad idea, but I think no one has done that. But I still think
No.
that's a
I like that idea
I feel
because
like that's a good idea too.
that shows that like yes, there's a deal, but also like you're putting your all into it.
Exactly. I feel like it happened one time. It was, I think, the first or second, no, the second HOH in BB Can 7. It was that golf thing, and it was between Eddie and Dane, and they both said like, okay, we got each other, but let's still play it out. And I found that like really cool because like they're still playing, but they got each other, and it did, and Dane had his word. I feel like I would have done that. Like if I was Austin, just in case, like you never know. Like exactly, like you see how Kiefer backdoored Austin. Like I would still play for it, but I would say, hey, I got you.
I disagree. And here's why. Like, I look at the game as a whole. And the thing is like, yes, you have to survive to get to the finale, but you have to do all these great things to get to the end. But then you have to convince someone that they're going to beat you. And all of the steps that you took to get to this point are nothing in comparison to theirs. And that being said, there's a difference between strategy and social game in comparison to winning competitions. Competitions are there. You can't change nothing about it. If it's a luck comp, it's still a comp. It's still like a notch in your belt, and it's still like, and from that you can build like, because I won this comp, this is the strategy I could have done. Or because of this comp, I was able to build strong social relationships. Like to me, they're very different. And that's why I will throw every single competition unless I have to. It's like unless I have to win. And here's what I mean. I think social gameplay is so underestimated. Like people don't take into consideration that this is a social game. Like that's like the thing. Like people forget that. Like they're supposed to be besties with everyone until they get evicted. And like if you want to be nasty and dirty during pre-jury, that's fine. But then you have to get these six, seven, eight people to vote for you to win. Like there's no, and to me it's like, if you're going in a competition and you're saying I want to win everything, that's great. But then if I hear that you're not going to throw any competitions and you're here to win and you're in that mindset and that mentality, you're going to freak me out and I'm going to want you to go. So like I just feel like there's an art to the throw. Like you don't need to jump off a bridge if you're supposed to hold on to dear life. Drink 3 seconds of it. Like come on, like we're not stupid. Like we know that you just threw that. Like you can hold on. Here's the thing, never drop first. I think you drop in the middle of the pack. You're forgotten. You weren't there the longest, but you weren't the first to drop. When you're in the middle, people forget you. It's good to move on and it's fine. But Austin throwing it to Kiefer is so dumb. And that's like that's what I'm trying to say. Like you can only throw if you're in a good position. And if you're in a good position, you're a good player, so you don't have to win comps in the first place. That's what I'm trying to say. Austin, did you forget that you put Kiefer on the block and you try to get him out, but then it got flipped? Like, are we having amnesia? Like Austin, no, go ahead. I was just gonna say Austin throwing it to Kiefer was really ridiculous. But go off.
Okay, so yeah, I was gonna say like there's nothing. I don't think there's nothing bad to throwing. It's just that there, like you said, there's a demand for it. I feel like there should be a mix between throwing and actually going for it, because in Austin's case, she couldn't have thrown that. She had to win because you put Kiefer up in the first week, the second week, whatever, and it's bound to happen. Kiefer is gonna put you up, so it's best for you to win and not make that deal, because if let's say I had no problem with Kiefer and Kiefer had no problem with me, I'd be like, yo, Keith, we good? And if he says yeah, maybe I'll throw it, maybe I won't throw it, maybe I'll do that thing where I'll be like, let's play for win, or let's play to win. But like you said, social game is underestimated, but I do think it depends on how you play, how you do it. You know what I mean? It's because if like in Austin's case, she tried to go she tried to go on that route, and it clearly didn't work out in her way because clearly the person that you're playing against is probably going to put you up. So you had to win that HOH. Pretty much, yeah.
I just want to say in general about Austin, I like her, but Twitter loves her, and I've yet to see why. I think she's interesting. She's entertaining. I'm not rooting against her. I can see myself liking her long term, but I'm just waiting to see what they see. I guess, because I just don't get it. Like I don't get it. Like, what has she done other than be pretty?
Someone tweeted something, and here's like, I think it describes it perfectly. Like, again, I have no comps with Austin. I don't think I've ever said anything bad about Austin. Like, but someone said something along the lines of like, if you're hating Kiefer for playing the game and you're just like body shaming him and stuff like that, like you're a part of the problem, and you're like projecting like liking the pretty girl from Big Brother and hating Kiefer is like not a personality trait like that. I'm like messing up what the person said the tweet, but like it was really well said, and I couldn't agree more. Like Austin isn't giving much. I said what I said. Like Austin, she's very cute girl. I know she can sing a little. That's cute too. But you know, when you have a cast review, or like when the cast got released, everyone was like, Austin's so pretty. Oh my god, let's stand. And everyone else, it was like, I don't know if I like him. I don't know if he's gonna play a good game. Like blah blah blah. Like, you know what I mean? And that's the issue. Like, why are we standing people for just being pretty? Like, that's a part of pretty privilege, but that can be talked about in another time and space. But
No, I think
that's a part of the problem.
I think you're definitely right, especially about like
Yeah.
when the cast is announced. You could already tell that Kiefer was not the most popular. Still isn't, but is doing more than Austin.
Kiefer's playing a great game for his situations. Like, Kiefer is adaptable. Like, he's showing one of the best skills. But anyways, whatever.
I just think it's so, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's not surprising. It's Twitter, but other than that, like like Austin, like I like her. Like again, there's nothing bad I can say about her. I don't know. I'm not gonna say she's playing a terrible game. I'm not gonna say she's playing an amazing game. She's playing the game, so have fun playing the game.
Pretty
but like,
much.
I don't know.
She's giving me more coaster than floater at this point in time, but this is a long game, so I can't knock her out just yet, because like she could just be trying to do the radar thing and then come at the end and beast and like earn her rightful spot and get credit where credit is due. But as of right now, it's not there for me.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's like, honestly, it makes total sense. Yeah, she's kind of a comp beast. That's one good thing. Like I could say, she almost won that HOH and she won a previous HOH, but
And a veto.
Oh, she won a veto.
She almost won a veto.
Which
You're
veto?
talking, the one with where Latoya was on the block.
Oh,
she was
okay.
like neck and neck with Jed.
Yeah, I in my mind I was thinking about that the last veto.
Oh, the balls where she was.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah, like I just want her to have a better social game or better strategy, because what she did with Kiefer wasn't the right thing, and that's where she's kind of ruining the art of throwing, if you get my gist. Yeah. So Kiefer puts up Kyle and Rohan. What do y'all think about that? Can I say something? Okay. I have a little something against Rohan. Okay, I'm sorry, Josie, if I'm gonna come for Rohan.
No, I'm gonna have to. I have a lot of shit about to say. Oh, anyways, I can't even articulate right now. Okay. Don't apologize to me, bro. I'm like,
perfect.
Speak your truth.
I saw he's like being a little spoiled kid. He's like, I'm not eating slop. I'm over this, bro. You signed up to play this game, and you're actually complaining, and there's thousands and thousands of Canadians or what that want to be in your position right now. They would do anything. They'll bathe in slop, and you're like, I'm not gonna do slop. No, 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 no. And then when he won veto, and he's like, put me in slop, put me in this, I'll win the veto. Like, shut the fuck up, okay? You're the epitome of a spoiled brat. Please do not do that. Don't give me that bullshit. I was really pissed off when he did that. Like, I'm glad he won the veto. Like, he showed he made himself safe, but I don't want that bullshit. And like, I don't know, that just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, honestly, if I was a producer and I would hear that shit, I would like go to the mic and I'd be like, Rohan, shut the fuck up before I kick you out. Like, I'm serious. That shit made me so angry, and I could like break something. That's how angry I was. Anyways, yeah.
I just want to say something real fast. Because the only thing I don't only have a little bit. My thing about slop is like I've looked up what's in U.S. slop, and that shit is literally just like whey protein, oats. Like that shit's healthy. Like I know it's probably bland as hell, but it's like
They get condiments.
yeah, it's like
Exactly.
yeah, the orange juice, Victoria with the orange juice. Did you guys see that clip?
I did not, but that
No.
did not sound
No.
appetizing.
So it was like a prank. Victoria put water and mustard in a cup and like pretended she was drinking orange juice, but she was a have-not. And then they were all like, everyone was pissed. They were like, if you do that, like we're all on slop. And she just like kept taking sips, but it turns out it was just mustard and water, which is
That's funny, but like I would not drink
yeah,
mustard.
no. I think she
No
took like the
wonder.
slightest sip. What I have to say about slop is like I would do slop. I would sign a contract right now that said all I can eat is slop the entire summer if it meant I was in that fucking house.
Same.
Like I get maybe they're doing it for the cameras, like the DR. I would definitely complain just to make it seem like, oh, this is bad. But look at the earlier seasons. You had to compete to like fucking eat. Now all you do is someone wins HOH and they pick. It's like
Oh.
boring.
But he said that in like during the live feeds, like that was like his actual opinion. That's what not even the DR, like not like when he was complaining, it was on the live feeds. Like he was like in a way protesting like to not eat slop, and then you could see his eyes getting really baggy, and his like he looked pale in a way, and yeah, like he looked very pale, like he looked sick. Like
no, go ahead.
No, that's it. I had nothing else to say.
I was just gonna say, like, unless there's like a health issue or a literal reason that makes it harder, suck it up. Like it's that's the game. That's literally part of it. That's not a surprise. It's not a twist. Slop is literally like one of the most basic aspects. It's like, yeah, it
They
probably
had
helps
peanut
not-
butter and jelly that one week, and it gave me old school Big Brother. Like, please stop. Like, there's so many. They get to sleep in their own beds. Like, please don't complain about slop when you get to sleep in your own beds. Seasons before you, people were sleeping on the cold floor.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they're still doing cold showers or not, but it doesn't seem like it. Like your punishment of the week is slop. Like this is a once in a lifetime chance. You're getting the privilege to be on a show where millions of people, or like even like hundreds of millions of people around the world have tried to be on the franchise itself, and you're complaining about slop. Like I get it, it could be hard, and like Rohan got to not even be on slot for 2 weeks in a row. He got to be on slot for like a week and a couple of days.
Yeah.
Simply because they gave him skip the dishes and he didn't get to eat slop the rest of the week. Like, this is a game. You're like, this is a privilege. It's an honor. Like, just suck it up. And just think about it this way. You're losing some weight and you're getting ready for the, I would love to lose some weight on some slop. You know what? Someone give me the recipe right now. I'll do a slop diet right now. On period, just to practice to even try to get on the show. Like,
honestly, I don't think it's that bad. It's not that bad.
It can't be. It can't be because they have to. It has to be fine for the person consuming it.
Yeah.
Like, legally, like morally, like it's it's really not that bad.
Yo, salt and pepper that shit. Like that's it. Can we use salt and pepper?
They get oil. You can like pan that stuff. Make
so
it
many
like
so many people in the past have like done creative shit with it. It's not that
pancakes.
You're only like with fucking
stuff. I'm down to make pancakes.
Which I'm sure it just tastes like basic ass like protein shit. Which protein food is can be bad, but at the same time, like think of like what you're there for. That's like the smallest thing.
I would probably just ask like the pantry. I'd be like, hey, can you get me my morale seasoning, my morale chicken seasoning? Like, get me my like barbecue sauce. Like, get me these things. Let me mix it up together and make like this like concoction. You know what I mean? Like, they really are acting like they're like. I'm sure people on Survivor would love to be on Slop in comparison. Like, it's not impossible. Like, you get to eat as much as you want of it. And if you don't feel like, I know people like my family, for example, that fast and just drink water for like a week. Like, you literally, there is no, you're not dying. Like, you could, like, I feel like people are looking at Slop like a glass, like half empty outlook instead of a glass half full.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they could be having it way worse. But anyways, I was gonna talk about Kyle and Ro because their common theme this week is hypocrisy.
Ooh.
Cha. Because what? So let's rewind. You two grown, tall ass men have the idea of let's all get Kiefer in the pantry and like corner him. Like, thank God Tina and Tara were in the room, but like even then they didn't do shit until Latoya. Like, Tara left at one point and didn't say nothing, didn't buck up, no nothing. Like, they came in intimidating, raising their voice to a grown ass man and talking down on him. Oh, fireworks. Literally, this is what pisses me off. It's not like Kiefer was talking shit about them. It's literally Rohan walked into Latoya and Kiefer saying fireworks. The word fireworks, not even a sentence. And they were giggling. They're friends. So you hear fireworks, and all of a sudden you're going to go to Kyle and corner Kiefer. Who are you to come up? Especially Kyle. Because Kyle don't got nothing to do. Kyle Moore, you were an alternate. You need to keep it down a notch when you're talking to people like that who were supposed to originally be on the cast. Okay, that's just me. Anyways, so they go and they talk to Kiefer, and they're like, Latoya comes in, steps in. They start following Latoya and talk shit about Latoya like she didn't do the right thing. And then all of a sudden next week you're surprised you're on the block? You're surprised? They're talking to Kiefer. Oh, we voted to keep you. There are 3 people who haven't voted to keep you. My guy.
Didn't last time they did that same thing on Kiefer? Kiefer voted to save Rohan, but Rohan's like, but you wanted me out. Like that's hypocrisy.
You see? And it's not even their move. Like, they're acting like they were the reason Kiefer stayed. No. Kiefer was staying literally right after Victoria won HOH, point blank in the period.
Mm-hmm. So
they're sitting here in my face. There are 2 votes. Even if they voted to keep Latoya, which was not happening after the pantry, they, like, Kiefer still would have stayed. Like, their reasoning makes no sense to me. And they're calling Kiefer a hypocrite. That's the best move for his game. You're not doing nothing for him. And every 5 seconds, you throw him under the bus. Like, you guys are being weird.
And you know what's cool? Not cool, but you know what's like the funny thing? You remember there was that fight between not Kiefer, but Rohan, Kyle, and Victoria?
Like, yeah.
And they're calling Kiefer a hypocrite. Kiefer did not say one
word.
He was eating his popcorn or his cheese or whatever with the person next to him. I think next to Ty.
Ty had the bag of popcorn. He gave it to Kiefer. He said, Kiefer, you want some for this mess? And Kiefer said, yes. And he's eating the popcorn while Ty's also in the back eating the popcorn.
This is why Ty, Kiefer, Tina, maybe Tara, they're going to go far in this game. They're going really far in this game. They do not say one word, and I feel like they're going to continue like that, and they're going to go far, and when it's time to win comps, they will win comps. 100%.
Nick, what do you think, Cha?
I just talk about Tina and Tara for a second. I don't have an opinion on Tara, but I love Tina, so I think Tara being like attached to Tina will make me like her as well. I thought it was really funny, that party scene segment where they were just they thought they were being big, and then everyone's just right outside. I thought that was funny. I mean, it took away from the game, but at the same time, like it was a good. I liked it. I can't be mad at that.
Mhm.
So that's where I'm at with Tina and Tara. I think with we were talking about what Kyle and
Kyle and Ro.
Ro I still like.
I think Kyle makes Ro, like, the influence
He took him
isn't
down.
positive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, because I have nothing like nice to say about Kyle. I don't have
at
anything
all.
in general to say about Kyle. He added nothing, which is why I was like, people like wanted him to stay, and I was
No,
like
let's talk about the TL for a second. What? It was like a funeral for Kyle. I said, what?
like for what? For what? What did he do? He was first off annoying as hell the whole time. The way he spoke to people was annoying as hell, especially Latoya. And then Latoya, it is you. Just so good. Just so good. But it was like Kyle had like this confidence, but it was like based on what? Outside of this game, be as confident as hell about who you are, but inside this game, what did you do that warrants like that kind of behavior? As you said, as an alternate, like be grateful you're even fucking there. We're there. But I feel like Kyle added nothing. Like that whole like Kyle and Austin like shipping them. I was like, when did that even start? Like it was like
Yeah.
It
over
started like
before it even
this week.
started, and I was like, dude, like I did not see anything. And also, I don't care. Showmances are really annoying, especially those two.
I'd rather watch Beth kiss the whole entire house than Kyle and Austin. No
Sorry,
shade.
no, Beth.
I would rather that than
Yeah.
watch Kyle in a showman's. Especially
Maybe.
like Kyle will disrespect women unless he's attracted to them.
Mhm.
That's how I feel.
Oh.
Because I never hear a man disrespect a woman the way he disrespected Latoya. And like, you can love, hate Latoya, whatever, but respect, like, come on.
Mhm.
Like, Kyle has no respect for Kiefer. He has no respect for Latoya. And all of a sudden, I'm supposed to like him with Austin?
Yeah, and I was especially when Austin hurt. Well, Austin's a pretty girl, guys. We have to stand. We have to stand. She's a pretty girl. So obviously, if she talks to a man who shows some kind of like interest, we have to stand the couple, power couple, guys. Like that's pretty much BB viewer rules. I just thought like Kyle did nothing. Like I remember like not that I like forgot him, but if you were to tell me like last week name everyone on the cast that's still in there, I would not remember him. And it's just like I don't mean that like to be like hate on him, but it's like he didn't add much. Like again, it's like this weird, and people think he's attractive, which I don't want to get into like judging looks, but I was like, where like he is like, bro, like first over like Jed, Tishon, like anyone else in that house, like he was not cute. And I hate me. I don't like making comments on
This episode is messy.
but it's like
we're hating on everyone.
But it's like, what did he do? Which I think is like, I think, like looking at who's left, because I'm looking at like who's left right now. Like, there's no one that I want to like want out. But if Kyle were there, I would have been like, kick him first. Maybe like Ro now, but like Ro without Kyle might get me to stand again, like and
Yeah.
respect him more.
I
But it was like
sorry, yeah.
like I like what did he add? Like again, it's the confusion from Twitter that like kind of influences my opinions, because I feel like if I just watched without Twitter, I would have no opinion like at all.
No, like he hasn't added anything. Like, let's be honest, the gameplay side of things, like he hasn't had influence in the game in general. He's never had a hand in an eviction. He has never had a hand in anything. And the fact that he's arguing almost every episode, like even during the house meeting, which was entirely Jed's stupid move, like Kyle was adding in some like petty ass shit and being like arrogant with his comments. Like he didn't have to speak up at all, like from jump. So he's not adding anything game level wise. He's not adding anything entertainment wise, but other than instigating and being a part of the issue with fights in a negative way. And the fights don't add anything to his game. When Victoria is like confronting people, it usually adds to her game. Whereas Kyle, it's not anything. Like you have every reason to not. He hasn't given us anything. Sorry, Vicken, go ahead.
I still stand by this. I still think Kyle was like Rohan's lapdog. Like it was like really like it. They would always be together. If Rohan said something, Kyle would be like, "Woof woof," I'm gonna go, and he's gonna continue barking and continuing. That's what happened with the Latoya situation. It started with, I don't know. I just did not appreciate how he played. I feel like there would be much better alternates.
I'm
The
There's
just
other
saying.
Kyle Moore. The other, the
The other
Kyle.
Kyle.
Moore, the other Kyle Moore. Oh my god, yes. But yeah,
Yeah, it's just I'm glad he's gone. I
Yeah.
did my Tamar praise dance. It's true.
Which, again, I would hate for like someone to watch the show and be like, "I'm glad Nick got evicted." If I were to be evicted, but at the same time, it's like I would be adding shit even if it was just like a dumpster fire. Like, bro, like I don't know, like he was just nothing at all, and it was just a bunch of arrogance. Which I mean, I can appreciate some arrogance. I love that, but you have to do it tastefully, respectfully, and like have something to back it up. Like he
Mhm.
did nothing.
Yeah, I feel like even Ro, like the reason why I don't dislike Ro as much as I dislike Kyle is like I feel like Ro is playing into it a little bit within the DRs. Like when I was looking at Ro the other episode, I was like, this guy reminds me so much of Peter Brown season one. And I loved Peter Brown season one, like in context of like the game. Like I don't know necessarily what he's doing on Twitter and some of his comparisons. But I digress. In the game, I loved Peter. I love a good villain. I love a good strategic villain. And Rohan can definitely give that. The way he's calm, the like his demeanor and everything, like the way he sits, sometimes when he talks, and like I'm not gonna say he's a calm, cool, and collected guy. Like he keeps saying that, but like I've seen him like pop off a little too many times to be calm, cool, and collected. But his demeanor is very nice, and I think he has really good potential. It's just like every single time he's in a room with Kyle, like not that they're in a room together, but anytime they're in conflict together, it's like they like feed off each other, and it's never good. Like it's never good. I liked when Kyle was doing his own apology tour with everyone. I was like, that's great, Kyle. That's the first thing I've seen. And I'm like, that's a good game move. Like, good job. They didn't even show that apology tour because he was a mess. I digress. And bro, like, he was doing great on his own. I'm just really hoping that now that Kyle is gone, Ro can shine and fall more into that Peter-esque archetype that will like push him further, especially since his duo is gone and people are still going to want to target duos before they target Ro.
Let's just
Yeah.
see, because if I see, sorry, Nick.
No,
But,
no,
like,
no, go
if
ahead.
I see him again complaining, like it's not gonna be fun to watch anymore, because I don't want to see people complaining. Just play the game. Just do. This is a social experiment. That you're bound to get some bullshit happening to you, so you gotta endure it. So I don't want to see any more dumb shit from him, because if I do, it's not gonna be fun anymore, and I just want him out of the house, pretty much. Like, anyways. So yeah, back to Vito.
Yes.
How was the Vito for
The
y'all?
video comp looked fun as hell. I would love that, but I think Ro was whoever's 6'2" was like saying how like their knees are hurting, and I was like, bro, I felt that already. Like I was like getting on that hard ass floor. I'd probably be like out of breath. I probably wouldn't even be able to like blow the ball after a certain time, just crawling around. I'd be like, bro, I can't do this. But I think that's honestly one of the coolest comps I've seen, because it doesn't require. It's not like just like physical strength comp beast like so predictable. I mean,
Okay.
the
I see.
winner was less than desirable, but still, like the comp was very cool to watch, and it
Mhm.
was funny, which I think is like also a good balance to have.
I don't know. I did not like it. Like I found it like, oh my god, you take the ball and you blow. Like, it's fun. The concept is cool, but I don't know. If I would play it, I would legit be fucking fuming. Okay, I don't know. I would not like to play that game. I would for sure go for it. But I don't know. It just felt so like boring. Like there's no excitement. Like that's what I found about it. I don't know if I might be wrong, but like I don't know. I found it very boring, in my opinion.
Okay. I think finding it boring is like totally fair, but like with people complaining, and I'm not saying necessarily any of you are complaining, it was more so the people on the TL again.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people who are complaining about the comps, like, do you understand how great these comps are in general? Like the idea of these comps, simply because these comps are to avoid the pretty boys all over again. They just won comps back to back to back to back to back because they were based on strength and all of that stuff. And obviously, someone like me, for example, is not coming into the competition or coming into Big Brother thinking I'm a comp beast. Hell to the fucking no. Absolutely not. I am not a comp beast. But when you have comps that are like this, where they have these like small elements, like for example, that last power veto where it was endurance and going up those stairs, but it was also mental because you have to think about it. I like that. I feel like that gives everyone a fair chance, especially since the words are common knowledge words that they're said in the Big Brother house and the clues are right in front of you. Like, and the blowing of the ball, it also does help if you're good at endurance and you probably, if you run or something, or if you play sports, you're able to swoop under the floor and do that back and forth. And like your breathing is probably better because you know how to breathe when you're doing exercise and all that stuff. Like it does benefit, but it means that anyone can win the comp. Like if Kiefer was there, Kiefer probably would have been slower, but he would have probably been a little bit more methodical with how he was going to move the ball with like his breath and the pathway and stuff like that. Like there's so many levels to it where it's not like you just have to be strong or tall or an athlete to win. Like these, I enjoy these comps. I think the comps are a little funny when you see someone like Austin who's like blowing in the bag and she doesn't know what she's going on. Like those are like the little comic relief moments, and I enjoyed it. And like I got really amped at the end because I was like, oh my god, Jed's gonna win, but Rose right behind him, Rose right behind him. Like I think it was entertaining, and I think it also has to do with how people narrate the competition itself. Like I think you can narrate it, or the way it's edited can make it more interesting or less interesting, and that's why I don't hate the comp. Would I like to do that comp myself? Absolutely not. I would not want to be on my knees running around bending my back. Like I'm a fairly tall girl. I'm like 5'7", you know, like, but you know what I mean? Like I can't complain about the comp and stuff like that. Like I think it was a good concept. I think it was funny. I think it was cute. I think it had all the little elements.
Yeah, now that I think about it, all the comps were kind of good. I think I would have ate up that fucking crossword. I would have got that shit. Except at first I was like, are there only 4 words? Because there was like that like hint thing or whatever, and then like there was like that O and the E, and I was like, bro, like that doesn't fit. But then I realized obviously there's more. But no, I really like the comps. Like
I felt like that scratching part, the hint part, is like a trick, not a trick, but it just would make you tired, so people would be drained more. But as long as you got the words, you just
yeah. But everyone was gonna do that, so it was like if you don't, you're behind.
Mm-hmm.
Which at first I was like, no, I wouldn't do that. I'd probably just go for it. But I was like, realistically, everyone's gonna go for the hint, just because that's gonna give you a basis. So I was like, you kind of have to. In my opinion, I feel like you would have to.
Yeah. What are like okay? So based on the comps that y'all saw, which one would you think you would win? So you said the crossword
All of
one.
them.
Oh, come on now.
Nick,
Get out of my face
Nick.
with that. Anyways.
Nick.
I know for a fact I would not win that. Where to go? Why am I? Okay, I disappeared for a second. The bow and arrow.
Oh, yeah.
I would not win that. Oh my god. Actually, I might have, because I have this weird thing that I do where like I'll be sitting by myself and I'll just have my hand up like this and like let it chill there for like a long period of time. I think that has to do with high school and elementary and how I would always raise my hand and my teachers would not pick me.
You did not say that.
I would always raise my hand. Yes, I was that girl. I knew all the answers. My mom was a teacher where I taught. So if I wasn't lesson perfect, I knew these. Even if I didn't know the answer, I would raise my hand because I know those teachers like to pick on people who didn't have their hand up. Weirdos. But I would be that girl raising the hand up, keeping it up, keeping it up, keeping it up, keeping it up. So maybe the bow and arrow, but like it's like holding it this way and I don't know. But the balls, it's the balls where you're like not sure. I probably would have won like shuffleboard. Like, you know what? The one that's like based off log. I probably would have just like been a lot more methodical than just like throwing it. Like, I feel like people just throw these not throw, but they go into competitions where it involves like hitting something or positioning something with a number and they don't think. And there's so many ways you can think about it. Like, think about BB22. I was so pissed off. Kaser is going last. The time to beat is there, but you have to beat the score and be fast. Might as well just beat the score and be slow. I would take my sweet ass time if I was Kaser and hit that 5, 5, 5, and 30, like in a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes if I have to, and still win. Like, these people don't think strategy wise, and that's why I was so frustrated with that comp, especially with Janelle. Janelle was running around. I was like, Janelle, come on, you've played this game. I know you're smart. You're a chess player. You do understand that it's not about the time, but about the score. If the score is tied, it's just the way to be like, oh, okay, the number is beat. But I'm looking at Cody there. I know I'm not going to beat him in speed. So why would I? Anyways, that's what I mean by that. Like, just think about your moves before you do them when you're playing a game.
Yeah, no, that's good because I actually didn't think about it that way.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
No,
Wow.
Why did Janelle have to run?
She didn't have to. She was doing all that for what?
What was the score though?
It was like, I think it was like
14.
4-4-3 or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she got 12. She got 12 or something. No.
Like Cody had like 14, I think, or something.
Oh, so she needed a perfect score. Exactly. So if like you need the perfect score to do it, you might as well take your time. You've already pretty much lost. Like, because a perfect score is obviously perfect score. It's not essentially easy. But yeah, I don't know. I agree with what you say.
Damn, that's crazy. I feel like I would do really good in the first comp.
The holding the buckets.
I feel
I would
like
have pulled the Victoria. Oh my god.
I'll be like, oh, shit, fuck, oh my god, I can't do this, and then people, yeah.
I probably would have pulled a Victoria, but actually would have been struggling. I would have been so bad at that. I'd be screaming. I'd be so dramatic though. Make sure everyone else fails.
Yeah. Other than that, I feel like shuffleboard is very by luck, but I really want to. If I ever get on Big Brother Canada, I want to win Buzzkilled. Nick, do you know what's Buzzkilled?
Oh my god, I love our comp.
Okay, so Buzzkilled it's like a BB Can original comp, right? Pretty much, I think so. And what happens is that
I think I know which one you're talking about.
everyone has a buzzard.
Buzzer.
Yeah, and so if you hear the buzzard, you have to click, and the last person is out. But then it's during the whole night, and what happens is that sometimes like there's rewards, or like if you run outside and you have to get some stuff to be safe or whatever. But once you're out, the buzzard could happen and you'll be the last person. I would love to do that comp because I would be so dedicated. I would be just like this the whole time.
I would get my slot pass. I'll get my money. I'll eat my food. Like, I'll do all of this stuff. Like, Buzzkill is such a good comp, especially for like rewards. Like, I know that's kind of like lame, but I would want to be on slot. I know we just talked about complaining about slot, but like a slot pass. Let me eat my PB and J then instead. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like Buzzkill would be such a good comp. I'm hoping that they'll have Buzzkill.
It's so fun.
Yeah, they'll probably do it after like first draw. Kind of what they did with Netta, where it was like right after that.
First draw would be this week, by the way. We're at what? Top 10. Oh no, so maybe one more, and it's a jury of 7. There's 14 people in the cast, right?
Do you think? Ooh.
Yeah, there's 14.
There's 14. There's 10 left, so they can't start it now unless they want 8. But I don't know how they usually do it.
Do you think There might be a double eviction after the Invisible HOH.
Hmm.
Wait, it depends if jury starts or not.
I think it has.
Because normally, okay, I'm gonna think about Big Brother Canada because I remember that boot order in my mind. So who left? Like, first week it was Mark. That was one person. Second week it was who
Emily.
was it? No, Emily did not leave second week. She went third.
Second
Okay, I'm
week
just gonna say
was-
all the people who left first. I'm not gonna say in order. So Mark left, Cassandra left, Gary left, Emily left. Who else left? Pre-jury. Did I say Dallas? It was
Dallas.
3 vets. It was 3 vets and then 2 returnees. So it was a cast of 11. Like, and they went and Netta was first juror. So with that being said, they started with 16 people. You get what I mean? Started with 16 people. We started with 14. Therefore, that's 2 less people. That means
Do
it
we
would
have
be
to
3
do some
people out.
proportions?
So then 4 people have gone. So jury would start either after this week or before this week. Right? Or the person will be eliminated will be jury. So there could be a double eviction.
That'll be amazing. Send Beth home.
Bro, child. Imagine she got sent home first after all the kissing and the licking. She gets a week of relaxing those hormones. That would be iconic, methinks. I digress. Anyways, so
I would go to bed. Like, amazing.
oh my god. Anyways, but row one part, you know.
Yeah.
Took himself on the block.
No.
Austin was replacement nominee. Were we surprised by that?
No.
No.
I mean, it's a given, and Austin's like, oh my god, I cannot trust him.
Yeah.
I can't believe you trusted him in the first place. Did you not want him out? Like,
Yeah.
see?
Like, fuck all the deals you made. You were the first one to strike. It happened. But also, she was safe. Like, it was. I didn't think the votes were going to be like this, but I never saw Austin in danger. So I was like, bro, like, yeah. I mean, again, if I were put up, I would probably react the same way, though.
But, like, Austin was gonna, like, here's my issue. People are so upset with Kiefer, but none of these house guests have Kiefer's best interest. Like, let's not be stupid now. Austin, are you really surprised? You are not. Kiefer is disposable to you. So why are you surprised that in return you're disposable to him? Like, you know what I mean? Kiefer, Rohan, really? Y'all macho big mad that he put you up? Like, you were arguing with him in the pantry, and then you did have a hissy fight right after, again, proving his point. Like, hello? Anyways, come on now. Let's not be dumb. Like, she wasn't going regardless. Like, it wasn't going to happen.
I actually thought she was gonna go, to be honest. I really thought so. I felt like they all realized that she was like really under the radar, and they're like, okay, let's take her out. And I saw TL on the TL like a map, and there was Austin and Kyle, and everyone had their arrows to vote to evict Austin. And I was like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Everyone will vote to evict Austin because like Austin is low key and Kyle is a huge target, so they'll keep him because people will still like nominate him in a way, and Kyle will go for Kiefer and Kiefer will go for Kyle, so like it would be smart in that case. But then when the vote happened, I then realized that okay, yeah, actually Kyle needed to go. But yeah,
Kyle needed to go, but like getting rid of Austin would have also been a power move. It just like I think overall like Kyle needed to go for Kiefer's game, because if Kiefer didn't go and Austin would have gone, Brayden would have been mad, and those 2 guys were already mad at him. So might as well like get one guy out that's definitely 100% mad at you in comparison to Brayden. So like, but for other people in the house, I would have gotten rid of Austin. Like Tara had total valid reasons to go after Austin because Austin does not have Tara's back either. You know what I mean? I think people are forgetting this is an individual game and you have to look at what's best for you.
Yeah.
And not the house. This is not a house game. One person's going to come out as the winner, and you better start making your moves. If people start going out, and it can only start benefit your game because it's going to help you shape your pathway to the end, but I digress. So we talked about Austin, and then the vote. Kyle went home unanimously. So I guess we could talk about secret HOH now.
Well,
Wait,
there was
wait.
the one vote. Rohan was the one vote.
Yeah. Also,
We've been new. It was
Yeah.
practically
Also-
unanimous.
also,
Yeah. Should have been.
guys, did you know what he said when he was like about to leave?
No, I didn't hear. I literally wanted subtitles. I couldn't hear anything. I all there was.
And everyone's like, "Whoa!" And like, I was like, "Okay, like what? Like, oh." And he did this finger thing. I
Yeah,
don't.
my stream also kept cutting out, so I literally missed half of it. But I like read from the timeline, like no one knew what he said.
No. Someone needs to ask him on Twitter. I'm not gonna do it though because I've been anti-Kyle. So if I go ask him,
Yeah, I will be avoiding Kyle on Twitter.
it's true. It's true. It's true.
I
So-
want to talk to the other Kyle more though.
I know we've missed out.
You know, he's doing a podcast. I think he's doing podcast.
I think he was always doing a podcast. It was about
Oh,
mental
okay.
health.
The mental health one, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
We'll collab.
You know?
All right, so now the Invisible HOH. So, where all of the powers are invisible, which was kind of like, I don't know. I think it's cool. I'm just curious how they're gonna do veto.
Oh, they explained it. They said that the HOH will be illegible. So they're just gonna pick. Like it could be anyone. Well, the two nominees, obviously, and then the three other players can include HOH.
Okay. All right. That's good because I mean, yeah, it would be bad if they didn't do that.
I'm just
So,
annoyed because the feeds. Anyways, go ahead, Nick.
So here's what I was thinking if I were to be the invisible HOH, before we get into like whether it is Victoria, which I think it probably is. If I were invisible HOH, I would put up the people no one's mentioned. Because that way, then you have to start talking. Everyone's now involved. And if the veto is not used, you have to get rid of someone who was previously going to go far without even being mentioned. I wouldn't go after pre-existing targets. I don't know. Depends on like the intensity, but
Vicken, do you want to go or
About the secret veto, invisible.
secret veto? Yes.
I like it. I don't think it ever happened in BB Can to my knowledge. No, so it's kind of new take. I just want to see messiness. I just want to see people be like, yeah, it's me. Do something about it. I just want to see a good messy fight because like people are now not instigating, but they're conspiring. So like I saw in the live feeds, oh maybe Victoria is gonna put us up. Like people are going left and right, and it's really a good week for people to scramble and like fights could happen, arguments could happen, new alliances could happen, alliances could crumble. Like imagine Ty and Jed just like gone. Like that'll be iconic in my opinion. Yeah, but I do think Tara and Tina are gonna be safe, regardless. I think if Victoria won, it's her. I just hope Beth goes. I had enough of her. And also to add, like when they showed the 5 minutes of them like clicking the button, they all looked so dead. They're like, it was pretty funny. And then people are like, Rohan had the button in his back, like he was like this, like as if he's like looking at the sky or something. And like it was pretty funny. And in the beginning, I saw Beth fuck up. They put it side by side, and it was Beth next to someone, and Beth clicked one more when like no one clicked anything. And I was like, oh, you're not winning.
can someone explain to me what the HOH is? My stream cut out and just did not.
Okay, so you didn't want to be BB Can 4, but it was the same competition. So what happens is there are all of the house guests standing in these booths and no one can see anything. They have a scoreboard, but even they can't even see that. I'm pretty sure it's like over their head, like to the left of them. And pretty much rocks fall down on this conveyor belt at different orders. So every time you see a rock fall, you have to press the like counter. And so as it goes, you press the counter until like the end or something. Like they didn't preface that you have to click into a certain point or whatever. I think it's like how many of them fall. There was a picture shown that people were like, there was like 400 rocks. Like Victoria had a score of 400. So I don't know exactly like if there was a time limit or whatever, but that's the pretty much the premise of the competition. Yeah, they did it better on season 4 with like the family members doing it, and Cassandra on HOH. Like I like that way better than this, but I understand Secret HOH how that was a good comp.
I feel like would you guys do good in that comp?
I probably would have.
I think I would have too. It's very concentration, no one's talking, and you're just looking at rocks falling. And when it's a game at high stakes, you would. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of people would do good in that competition. So how would they like? What would be the difference? Like who clicked the last number the fastest or something? Like
It's like missing if you miss a rock. If there's like 3 rocks that fall at once and you only saw 2 of them, like it's like little things like that. Like it's, and I'm sure at one point there's a lot of rocks that are going to go at the same time. So that's when you're going to get a little like confused and woozy and lost, you know. But I was gonna say if I was HOH, I would have put up Braden.
oh,
I said it. Oh, the T. And here's why. Braden is too well positioned. Yes, his duo is Austin, but they're going after Austin before they're going after Braden. What? Anyways, I just find that weird. I would have put Braden up, and then I probably would have put up Tina.
okay, yeah. And like you wouldn't know since you're playing in the game.
And no, everyone would be like, who would do that? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
And I like the people like, and especially if you're like, I think if you're in a position like Kiefer or whatever, like not Kiefer that like he couldn't win, but I'm just saying like, or not maybe Tina, but like if I was like Beth, I guess, to put myself in her shoes or whatever, like Braden is not a number for her. Tina's doing whatever she wants. I would put both of them up, have the house confused. If POV is used, backdoor plan. Then I might put Austin up so Austin and Braden can be on the walk together. Or I could put Tara up, or I would put Jet up, or like, you know what I mean? But for initial noms, I would have done those two.
That's good. I like that. That's
because no one would think like who thought of these nominations. It would be so messy, and like you can manipulate and be like, oh, it could have just been Jed trying to hide and not go after. Like I would have just like cause havoc with the nominations, because I feel like if you don't know, it's so funny. We just did something like this. Austin, we played sleepover. And we had like secret HOHs back to back to back. When I was HOH, I put up Kid and Jed, and no one thought it was me. Because I was like, they wouldn't think I would put those 2 people up, so I put them up. And then if I need to be like, hey, I was HOH and I kept you safe, I could leverage that later on. You know what I mean? So throw people who put the suspicion on everyone else but you. I feel like that's the move with this HOH.
That's good. And by the way, like you wouldn't know since you were in the game, but like Braden, after what I saw, Braden could be a huge comp beast, okay? Like if that boy plays fucking wrestling in a high school level, I feel like he could be a force to be reckoned with. So that's actually a plus.
I think he might have told them. I feel like they probably mentioned it at some point. Like I don't think it would be a brain. Like, whoa, Braden has played a sports. Like there's 2 sports guys in the house and you need to bond with them. I feel like if you have common interest in sports, why not say, hey, I played wrestling, I wasn't that good. You can lie about how good you were, but at least you have that foot in that door with common interest. Like I'm sure there's so much downtime that like if he didn't mention that he was a wrestler, that would surprise me more. But like it could also be a move.
To be honest, yeah. I feel like if I was in the game, I wouldn't even say one word of being like I would try to make my connections even with the sporty guys, but like even though I want to talk about it, I feel like I wouldn't say one word because maybe at the end of the day it's gonna bite me in the ass and be like, oh yeah, you told us secretly that you play sports, so you're a comp beast. Like bam, nominating you. That could like kind of happen.
Apparently, they figured out that Victoria's secret HOH.
Oh,
Like the house guest figured it out. I hate that. Like,
But
what did she do?
Victoria can't keep a secret to save her life. Like,
But
she
who did-
literally told Kiefer in the like washroom, and I was like, "What? Like, why would you even tell him that?"
but who won? Who did she nominate?
I don't know.
I don't know if they've done it yet.
I don't think they did nominations yet.
Oh god, the wind, not the wind.
Anyways,
Yeah, so I think it'll be probably well if they figure it out, it's not gonna be fun.
yeah, I agree. I hope it's really not Victoria, and Victoria's pretending it's her, and then we can have someone being like, "Actually, it's me." Ha 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 ha. But I don't think that's gonna happen. But since we don't know much about feeds because feeds have been off for a while, do you want to talk about the flop and the flip and the flip and the flop of the weeks?
Yeah.
Let's do like a whole like 2-week average flop and flip.
Okay, I'll let y'all go first then.
I'll start. If I have my flip. Definitely have my flip.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say Kiefer, just cause he's continuing to like make like I don't want to say like make me proud, but like he's doing well. Like I really am like glad that I picked him for my draft and also just genuinely like him. And I think like I don't know, he seems like someone I would like talk with and like hang out with like in real life. Whereas the rest of them I can't really see myself doing that. I just think that especially with like the Kyle and Rohan, like it's not boring with him. And I think like especially when he won like back to week 2, when he won like the veto, like he's definitely showing a presence without being like overbearing comp beast. So he's definitely my flip. My flop. I don't know if I have one. Oh, Kyle. Just because fuck Kyle. Just because fuck Kyle. Just fuck you, Kyle. Fuck you, Kyle. Iman, backdoor tease. Like, fuck you, Kyle.
Not in one backdoor tease, please,
Yeah,
please.
no.
Fuck you, Kyle.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah, so that's for mine.
My flip of the week, I would give it to Kiefer. Exactly like you said, Nick. He has been constantly improving, adapting, shocking, surprising me, and I'm sure you and other viewers and people on TL. He is getting overhated for no reason because he put up a pretty girl up. Shut the fuck up, you know. And yeah, I'm like I want him to continue. If he continues, I want him to win. Period. My flop, maybe flops. Very easy. Kyle, Beth, Rohan. Shut the point blank the period. Point blank the period. Beth, you are by far worse than Jackie from season 5. Get a grip of yourself. Fucking licking every single guy in the show. Like, I had enough. Might as well fucking lick the fucking TikTok screen or whatever. Do something that's different, okay? I had enough of you. Rohan, you are flop because of your brattiness. Switch that attitude, mister. And Kyle, just fuck you, Kyle. Exactly. Fuck you, Kyle. Like, you were an alternate. I'm not saying that's bad, but there's a reason why you're an alternate and you brought nothing to the show. I wish you nothing but the best, Kyle. But yeah, done. Josiane.
I think we're on the same page, child. Cause my flop, all capital letters, Kyle Moore. Flop, 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 floppity flop, flop, flop. Yeah. Week when, what's it called? Ooh, let's go back. Like every single week you literally brought yourself to your eviction. Like the pantry. First of all, that house meeting, those little snarky comments, those were a little, But then the pantry, 1 foot out the door. And then you went home after a messy week. You needed to humble yourself. You needed to take that arrogance down a few notches and talk to these people on a human level. You didn't even campaign until the very bitter end, which is such a bad strategy when you know yourself you are the target. Like you just You did not deliver. And bye. And then my flip would have to be, I want to say Kiefer, because from the block to the top, baby boy. From the block to the top. No one can say they did that so far, Icon. You did that. Kiefer, when you won HOH, I was doing my praise dance. I was shaking the floor. I was thanking the heavens, the lords, the nation. I know the nation was shaking wherever you're from. Yeah. We were shaking with excitement. The girls were mad. Yeah. I'm talking about you, Black Boy Watch. But he won. Yeah. And what about it? Exactly. I know Charlie's looking at me. Yeah, Charlie, I'm talking about you. I did my praise dance. Make me want to shout. Oh, I was dancing. Kiefer, you did that. And that is why you're in one of the best positions in this game. And I'm going to give a cute little shout out to Tina, because Tina is just walking to that check. I know that's right.
She's doing good. I'm happy for Tina.
I love Tina.
She's doing really good. And you know what's great for Kiefer? He's safe this week.
100%. Victoria's not putting him up. For what? That would be a shitty move.
If Victoria puts Kiefer up, Victoria is by far one of the worst players in the game of the season, because you just want to take out your allies, and then you're gonna have no allies. So like I wouldn't see that coming from Victoria, but hey, you never know.
Also, Kiefer just saying like they were doing it for LaToya after like they were just like against each other. It was like so fucking good. Like that would have been such a good 4. Like at first I had my doubts, and then I was kind of a little disappointed in like choosing Ty over LaToya. But like no, like I don't know, Kiefer being like we're doing this for LT, like it still is like, bro, like that's respecting game. Like that's game respecting game. Like, and I also really like, not game related, but like Josh and LaToya being friends like on the outside, because I will say like Miss Julie does not seem to have that same warming energy that Josh has.
You know what? Let's talk about Miss Julie. I know you guys love her, but actually, yeah, I'm gonna say it because who gonna check me? Who gonna check me? I'll say it. No, Julie, she was throwing microaggressions from the TL. Like, I understand it's a dream of yours. I completely understand. But if you love the game so much, and if you are first gone, enjoy the season. Be a part of it. Don't be so negative. Like, I'm sorry LaToya got you home, but if you love the game, if you're a game player, you should respect the game. You're not respecting game. Instead, she's shading LaToya on the TL, talking about she took my shoes, but I don't like my shoes, but I want my shoes back. My shoes are raggedy, but I want them back. Like, stop. Like, why are you doing that? You're like, get over it. Like, you don't have to throw microaggressions towards her. If you're out, like, I get it, you're not going to be friends with everyone, and I can understand being bitter. That's totally normal, but you don't gotta have to do all that and try to embarrass her on the TL. Like, it was doing too much. Do your cute little evictions. Those are cute. Wear your cute outfits. Like, talk to you, like, hang out with Josh, do his makeup, have a good gig, Yana, like, have fun. But you don't have to drag LaToya across the TL because you're mad she sent you home. It took so many votes to send you out. Have that same energy for everyone else. Why are you dragging LaToya? Because you called your name out first? You were going to be a target regardless. You were out there, you were loud, you were being messy, you put the target on your back, and look, you literally proved LaToya's theory, and she pushed for it, and you made it available for her to push for it. Like, don't do all that on the TL. Like, have the team energy with everyone. Hold everyone accountable. And like, if her and LaToya aren't like taking it and having kikis, that's fine. But you don't have to do all that in the TL. That's disrespectful. If I wake up in the TL and I see that, I'm looking at you. I'm gonna look at you sideways. I'm gonna call you out on the TL. I'm gonna call you out somewhere. I'll probably have a phone call with you and address you, because what the fuck was that? You don't have to do all that. Like, that was too much. She was that's when I was like, enough, Julie. That I was like, enough. Like, I don't follow her on Twitter, so I don't have to see those weekly evictions because I don't necessarily subscribe to it. I don't find it super funny, entertaining, but I love that she's doing it for her. I will never hate on her for doing that. But the whole LaToya thing, I'm gonna call you out and hold you accountable for that, because that was so stupid and ridiculous, and I feel like you owe her an apology.
I agree. I definitely agree. I like because I love Julie and I obviously wanted to follow her after she got evicted because we only saw her for a couple episodes. So I was like definitely like let me like expand. Let me just see. But then I was like Latoya, like stop like talking about Latoya and I was like, all right, like yes, but no. Like yes, like definitely have your feelings, but also like I don't know. My thing is like if well, I guess I wouldn't know. I'm not used like I don't get evicted week 1. But if I'm like
Oh my
evicted
god.
Tomorrow, I swear to God, if you get
first boot,
eliminated tomorrow, I swear to God, I'm gonna scream cap
it's
this.
like if I get taken out, I would rather the person who took me out succeed and fucking kill it than have someone who like didn't do shit. Like just come from the end. Like you took
I
me out.
agree.
Like obviously like you had me in your like you were thinking of me. Like thank you for thinking of me. And like you took me out. That's the thing. It's like if you take me out, like good for you. Like yes, I'm like we've all played. You guys have all played games with me. Like when I get like evicted or whatever, I get angry. Like not like super angry, but I'm like no, like you guys are
Upset,
fucking
yeah.
up. Like right the fuck now. But then like 2 seconds later, I'm like all right, you guys are kind of excellent. Like I don't know. It's like how do you hold on to that? Like maybe she's just like doing it for the timeline, like just being like she doesn't actually mean it, like it doesn't hold any weight, but it's like it comes across as if she's bitter. So I'm like, be bitter for a week, but now you have Josh, now you have Latoya, now you have Kyle. Like you have like other people on the outside. It's like you don't just like have to focus on one person's gameplay. And Latoya's out of the game now, so I mean, like I guess that like is why she doesn't tweet about her anymore. But it's like, it was just come on. And I really wanted to like Julie, but like it's really like off-putting.
Julie has a platform. She doesn't have to do all that. She had a platform before she got on the show.
Yeah.
She has probably a bigger platform now that she was on the show. You don't have to go after Latoya. Like, if anything, if she got you that press, don't mention her at all. Your platform is probably larger than Latoya's. So why are you worrying about her? Latoya's gonna go home and be cop. You're gonna be a YouTuber. Like,
And
you
that's
don't have to worry about her.
on its own. That's a problem. That's something.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Latoya's gonna go after this and go back to Pickering and be a cop and patrol the streets as she should. That's her life. That's her choice. That's your occupation. Live your best life. Julie, you're a glamorous gal who's living in Vancouver, which is very expensive to live in. You got these cute outfits. I know you making that money on the low. Like, don't worry about Latoya. Like, move on, especially with the shoes. I'm sure she can buy 5 pairs of those shoes and still not wear them. Like, don't if you left your shoes in that house, you probably didn't care for them in the first place.
Because it's not like she was surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, she shouldn't have been surprised. If she was surprised, Miss Julie, you digged your own grave. So I really hope you weren't surprised.
You are not BB17 Austin. Like you had it. You knew. Like you were not like barefoot walking out of that house.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's just very like I don't know. Like I think it's disappointing because it's like if it were like Kyle acting like that, it'd be like, oh, typical Kyle. But it's like it's someone I really wanted to just like appreciate and like as a human. Which I'm not saying I dislike her, but it's like.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Because in a way, it's still game related, but it's also this is where like the blending of the game and the personality is. It's like who are you as a person if like you can't let go of shit.
So yeah, Miss Julie, if ever you want to speak the truth and plead your case, come to our podcast and we will come for you. So you better explain it, okay? You don't. No, I'm joking.
Oh my god.
Let's get Latoya on here so we can just shower her with love.
I'm really.
I would love to talk to Latoya. I would because I have a lot of questions about her intro video. Let me just say that right now. I'll hold her accountable for that. I'll have that same energy I have for Beth and Miss Julie for Miss Latoya. Don't you worry about me. And Kyle.
Yeah.
Also,
no, I'm saying I would hold. I don't want. Anyways, let's not block her blessings.
If you want to.
Let's not block her blessings, child. Let's not block her blessings. Whoever wants to come on the show can come on and plead your case. Just know I'm loud and opinionated, and I will block you and call you out on your bullshit. So come at your own free will.
Let's have Jackie.
Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna talk to her about your hair is real. Your hair is real. You wanna come on the show? Let Jackie come on this show. I'm going to ask her about what she meant by those hairs. Did she know that? Did she know that was a microaggression? Why are you
Oh,
worried
I
about
didn't know
Aika's
that.
hair?
Oh my god.
Yeah, she said that, and I
The
was
only
like,
thing I know about Jackie is her shaking in the pantry. And she's like,
Oh
I'm
my god, I'm
shaking, guys."
shaking, guys. I can't believe it.
That's
She's
all
still
I know.
here. I can make.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can make fun of these house
"Yo-
guests for days.
y'all remember? Y'all remember when it was the jury talk and Jackie was gonna approach Aika to give a hug, and Aika was like, "Hey, Jackie," and then she, it was
She
so
was like,
funny.
that. She just walked away. And I was like, same Aika. What the y'all can't call Aika is fake. Come on now.
Oh, I love Ica. Never seen either of
I wanna-
these.
I went on an IG live with her, and she used to follow my Twitter before I got like suspended
S word.
because of my age at the time. Okay, yes, I got Twitter in 2013. I was 12. What about it?
Is this your canceled era?
No, I like that account is now gone, but like Aika used to follow me there, and it was kind of iconic. I digress. One day when I meet her, I'll be like, "Hey, girl, remember when we went on IG Live? You probably don't, but I do. That's all that matters."
Well, next season when you're part of the BB Can family, you'll just have
Oh
a
my
live
God.
connection. You
Oh my
know?
god, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Aika, girl."
I'm
So-
gonna if I get
That's
on this
fine.
season, I'll be DMing Dre again. I'll be like, "Hey, Dre,
like,
God.
remember me? No.
did you want to come back?"
Y'all are
I would-
still ready, so.
I would love to be. I can't wait for my day on that show. When
That'll
I'm
be
on that
amazing.
show, I'm gonna be talking to the feeds 24/7. Y'all will know where my
Yeah.
head is at. I'm just gonna spill tea. What a
I'll be
moment in
excited.
time.
I know. I'm still holding out for BB23. But
Yes, it's gonna happen. It's gonna like three of us.
A
It's gonna happen.
manifestation.
We're
Yeah.
manifesting for the three of us. Hold on.
Levitation.
yeah.
I'm levitating. Shigaboo.
But it's just so like both shows on like verge of cancellation. Like we're just like still hoping.
Mhm.
Fingers crossed. No.
But in my opinion, I feel like okay, I'm going to a challenge segment. I feel like the challenge is ready to have BB Cam players.
Definitely.
Anthony,
Maybe after the wrestling match thing that's going on.
maybe even
I think
more.
that's when it might get some people from
Yeah,
Canada in.
But for now, I see Anthony, I see Ty, I see kind of Jetson, I see Latoya, I see Paris, I see Kayla, I see
don't-
Erica.
Paris?
Kinda. She gives me.
No, you guys just like Paris. Paris would not do the challenge. She would decline that phone call.
I would see Olivia. I would see Alejandra.
Alejandra, I see.
Season 6 was packed actually.
No, season 6 is a top tier. I think it might be second best.
It's second best, but nothing can beat 5. I'm sorry.
No, 5 just.
It's 5, 6, 4.
Levitation.
5, 6, 4.
5, 6. 4 is third? You done lost your mind.
5, 6, 3.
Okay.
5, 6,
3 is good. 3 is good. The only season I've seen all the way through.
Yo, I got some tea on Sabrina though from season 2.
What's she doing?
Is she the one that screamed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this good TV?
You know-
Is this what you want?
Okay, she goes to my store. She always shops at not my store, but the place I work at.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes in with the biggest entitled attitude, and it's crazy.
Yikes.
And I was looking at her. I'd be like, yo, she's from my hometown in Laval, and the way that
Laval?
I'm from,
Your
yeah,
hometown's Laval?
I
Oh,
live-
Lord.
I live in Laval.
I mean-
Lavalorien. You got a
Oh,
problem.
no.
You got a problem.
I do have a problem with Laval? Yeah, I do.
Not my problem.
No,
No.
I was gonna say like any of the BB I'm gonna say celebs, in
Okay.
quotations that
Mhm.
I've met have always been nice to me.
I know. The only BB celeb I've met was Kira, and Kira was lost. But
Kira
she
BB Can 7?
was 7. Yeah.
The Comp Beast. Kira is that?
Oh,
Oh wait, no, I think I'm talking about someone else.
the
the non-binary.
Exactly.
hostess.
Yeah, I met her. Yeah.
Yeah, they claimed that they were going to be a comp beast.
Oh.
And it got exposed that one night where all their things got exposed. And Kira was like, I'm going to be a comp beast and they won't see me coming.
Oh, good. Thank you for.
If y'all remember that season, y'all know why I said comp beast in quotations. I digress.
I got it. I digress. I will digress with you. That's pretty
No,
fun.
yeah. I met Olivia. I was working at Forever 21 and she was at my store and I was like, oh my God, hi.
I want you.
Are you Olivia from Big Brother 6? She's like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. And she was like, are you auditioning? And I was like, no, I'm underage. But I will once I do. Once I do, I will. And then I've met virtually Jessica, Andrew, Marin, and Hamza. And they've all been nice to me.
Oh, that's amazing. That's honestly.
Oh, I met Josh on a Zoom once. That was Josh from this season? No, that was crazy. Someone went, yeah, I just sent Josh the Zoom link. And everyone was like, oh, he won't show, blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, you just see him with the ding door. I was on the floor. I was like,
hi.
That scene from Unfriended. Everyone's like, who is this? It's just Josh.
I was like,
hi.
and I asked him, I go, so like, how was the casting process? And he goes, actually, I can't talk about that for legal reasons. I was like, you're absolutely right. Yeah. You know what? Let's not talk about it.
You know what?
Can't wait till we all get on it.
Yeah.
What we are on like the international crossover season. We just have that final 3 right here.
Kind of iconic, methinks. Imagine that's a twist for like, actually, we got people from the same podcast.
Yeah.
Like, hey.
Okay, so us, what did you say was Charlie's? That Black Boys Watch, is that what it's called?
Black Boys Watch, yeah, they're amazing.
Then Stancast, I think they called it. Like,
yeah, the Stancast.
Imagine. Oh
let's
my
get it
God,
going. There's other ones.
If it's a challenge team competition, we're eating. We're flooring them.
We're gonna
challenge me.
Yeah, I would see you eat it.
Maybe Nick.
Eating depends. What are we eating? Because I like
an eating competition. I would for that.
No.
I would love a good eating competition. Make me eat slop. Yeah,
Yep.
I'll devour that shit. And what about it?
Period. Amazing. I love that.
I miss eating comps.
Oh my God, we could talk. Oh my God, I feel like we can have a whole podcast dedicated to the challenge because Fessy. That last episode.
That's all I got. I haven't seen it in months.
God.
Can we talk about Miss Tula? Miss
Vic T crying on the plate.
I did it.
Because I would be crying too. Anyways,
I would be crying too.
We'll probably do like a challenge season thoughts whatsoever at that point. But do we want to talk about anything before we close the show?
Yes. Oh my God, we went so off topic, but I loved it.
All I got is I hope that this week's good. I hope it's because after last week with Kyle eviction, fuck you Kyle. I don't know how it could top it because again, like unless Beth left, there's no one I really would like to see leave. Yeah. So sorry, Beth. You can come on. You can come hang out with us. Maybe you can clear your name. That's all I got.
She did enough.
Don't matter.
I mean, I'm hoping Invisible HOH is giving me a Stan Brother twist energy. I'm not mad about it, but I really hope I'm hoping that it's not Victoria, simply because everyone thinks it's Victoria. If it is Victoria, props to Victoria. It's probably going to be chaotic and messy once again. Did she need a win? No. But, again, she's just going to be winning comps and getting that 4th place. Yeah. But it might be promising. I think it's just going to suck if, it has so much potential. I really hope these house guests don't know, or if it's not actually Victoria, because I want it to be as messy. I want it to be as paranoid. And these people are already so agitated and paranoid as is that it could be good. Yeah. How about you, Vicken?
I'm just excited am ready for a good messy week. I want to see people scrambling. Like I said before, I want people fighting. I want new alliances. I want new fights. I want all this in 1 week. And I can't wait. And do I think it's going to happen if Victoria is actually the HOH? Yes, sir. But if she's getting caught and exposed, everyone's going to treat it as a regular HOH, you know? So there's that. But hey, I just want Beth gone, actually. She can go. Like,
I promise you, we don't actually hate Beth.
We
She's
don't
just
hate
not
Beth.
giving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
The
before,
moment she starts giving, it'll be a different
Yeah.
tune.
what?
Why-
Yeah,
The camera.
yeah. The camera was like, bye. Like before, it was Josh. I had a problem with Josh because of that his strategy going in, but now it's shifted to Beth / Rohan / Kyle. But like,
No, because Josh was pissing me off week 1.
exactly, he was pissing me the fuck off.
He
Like,
had a terrible attitude, but then he didn't make it very far. So
And then we became Josh stands. Look how that
yeah,
turned
yeah.
out.
Now it's like I love Josh.
Welcome to the After All That, where we change our minds constantly.
But-
every 3 seconds.
Every week.
Alrighty, well, this fucking camera.
Oh.
All right. Well, after all that, anti-Beth, but
Propaganda.
now.
That should be our Twitter bio now.
We
And,
rebrand. We're like the anti-Beth podcast. All right. So after all of that, we've had finally a good week in the house.
Yes.
Hopefully that keeps going. May not look as promising, but that's all for tonight. Thank you guys for watching, for joining me and my lovely co-host Josiane and Vicken.
Thank you.
Until next time. Fuck you, Kyle. Fuck you, Kyle.
Oh my god.
Goodbye.
All right.
Bye, guys.